Well, that's one thing that that hasn't stopped. Golfing. People are still golfing. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Saturday. Starting the day off with a smoothie. Mal made us some smoothies, and we also have grapes. We have a fair bit of fruit, actually, from what we already had and then what we picked up. So, smoothies is a good use of that, and I mean, there's still a lot of other stuff to eat. It's been really interesting hearing what supermarkets look like in other places, and probably I'm sure that there's some level of variance here depending on day of the week and where you are exactly. But I said the other day, for instance, that our bread was decimated except white bread. There was just so much white bread. And I've talked to some other people in other parts of the country who said that their white bread was gone, or all of their bread was gone. So that was interesting. There's places that there really are no fruits or vegetables. There's a fair bit of fruits and vegetables here. Not everything, but a fair bit of options. These grapes are big. They are so large. Anyway, so I got a good night's rest, and now we are using Saturday to get Mal's video all set. It'll be time to get that released and make sure that people can enjoy some art. It's a good time to enjoy that, I think. When we first woke up this morning, we sat in bed and played Animal Crossing for about half an hour. And that was nice, especially because, since the first time I'd played it, only time I'd played it was last night, everything was night. And it was nice to experience it in the day. It's different depending on whether you're playing it day and night. It changes like the bugs and probably the fish and stuff to some extent. But also it's just, I prefer playing in the day when there's daylight out. I don't know. It's probably just a psychological thing. It's similar to how I'd rather be up and working in the day than at night. Probably a similar story.
I agree.
You agree?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Hi, bud. You on my lap? How did I know? Anyway, we're going to get started here as soon as we finish these grapes. And that you don't want this. I guarantee you don't want this. And then we'll see if we can't get Mal's painting out so people can enjoy it. And we did it. Always looks kind of weird when I get like the lights real close and the camera real close. But this was very specifically to get the one close-up shot. Normally, when we do MalMakes videos, if you watched basically any of them, during the outro, while Mal's speaking, we start bringing in close-up clips so people can see, really close-up on the painting, because you have to remember this is a painting. There's texture, and it's one of the really cool things about, to some extent, owning some of Mal's merchandise, because depending on what you get and the size of it, you can actually see some of the texture in there. But then, of course, owning an actual canvas, there's nothing that really can compare to seeing art in person. Anyone that's been to any sort of art museum will know that, because something that you've seen online looks different in person because you can see all the texture. Anyway, I tried to show that, and it's really hard with something like this. Like, this is a beautiful piece. I love this. And it's got a lot of emotional energy and power. It's absolutely true. The problem is, it's flowers and a sky. It's gorgeous, but there's not really anything to show. So normally, whenever I do the close-ups, I usually go for 3 different shots, sometimes 2. And this is one of the only occasions, maybe the only occasion, where there's literally just one close-up. I just do a tilt from the bottom up to the top right here. And doing that tilt was actually quite difficult because I had to pull focus while doing it. And it's not really what that is equipped for, but I did it. Haha. Anyway, did Kep come in here?
I think he's right here.
He's out? Okay, just want to make sure he's not in there. Anyway, it's later now. We did get Mouse Time-Lapse out. The full version will be out soon. There's a little bit more work that we have to do on that. But we did game night tonight, and as I said yesterday, no recordings today. I knew with Animal Crossing having come out, yesterday, that's what everyone wanted to do. And it was too soon to try and do Steven and Friends episodes with it because people want time to develop their town. I was pretty blown away by how far some people were. I understand that some people want to time travel, and there's probably a lot of strong opinions about that in either direction. My opinion is, you paid the money for the game, you should be able to enjoy the game however you want. I mean, simply put, if people want to accelerate things in order to experience the game more quickly, that's their prerogative. They shouldn't be judged for that. Me personally, I don't like to do that. I don't like doing time travel because, to me, the game is designed to be experienced at a certain pace. That is the intent of the game designers. So that's my argument. But again, I don't care either way. Like, it doesn't matter to me. But some folks in our group have certainly they've been cruising with Doc Brown a little bit because their places are a little built up. But the goal tonight was to just chat and have fun. As a reminder, the crazy stresses that are happening in the world are happening to all of us too. We are also in the world, and everyone's got anxieties and fears and uncertainties, and just having a chance to be with a group of people that is familiar, that we know, everybody loves each other, is helpful. So we didn't record anything tonight, just chatted. And we also used it as an opportunity to trade essentials. So we got everyone together and traded fruit. So even though, some of the towns, you can't even call them towns, they're islands, because most people had almost no buildings. We met up on islands and basically traded fruit to make sure everyone had at least one of every fruit. Because I think we've got 10 or more people in our group that has this game. And between everyone, we had access to all the fruit. So now everyone's got fruit and can plant it on their own islands. And, whenever you start seeing the videos come out for Steven and Friends, I have a feeling everyone will have every kind of fruit growing on their island because, there's no reason not to. But it was fun. And I'm hopeful, in fact, reasonably certain that next Saturday we will start recording Steven and Friends episodes of Animal Crossing. And I'm going to be hooking up a capture device for Mao. So Mao, after all this time, you'll finally be able to capture your screen.
Finally.
Should have done it a long time ago, but I'll make sure I have it set up for next week. Anyway, it's late. It's real late. Everyone was on much later than we normally go, and I think it's just because, again, the one thing that we don't have anymore is social activity. That's been taken away, and I think people are craving it more than ever. And one of the topics that came up tonight is what are you going to do when this is all over? And every single person in the call, their top thing was that they just wanted to see each other. They wanted to see friends. They wanted to see family. That was the big thing. So, right now we don't know what the future holds. We don't know how long this is going to last. It could be a while. It could be quite a while. But we're trying to keep our spirits high, and, being able to be around other people in some capacity, even if it's online, is extremely helpful right now. So we're embracing it as much as we can. Anyway, it for today. Before we finish off, this is kind of sad, but hopefully it's not too sad. This arrived today. This is another Meow box. We have not opened this one. This is the one that arrived the day before Sagan passed away. And he wasn't feeling good that day, and we never opened it because on that day we said, well, you know, he loves the Meow box, but we'll wait until he's better. And of course that never happened. So we gotta open those at some point. Maybe tomorrow, Mal. Maybe. I don't know. It's we've dealt with our grief in a very healthy way, and I'm happy about that. And we have grieved. I mean, we've, especially at the beginning, we really spent some time doing that. And this has not necessarily been like a mental block, but it has been this weird object that has been on the counter that we have not touched in a month. And it's like I don't know, it's a relic of another time. It feels like it's been 1,000 years since Sagan passed away. And now with everything that's been going on, it feels like a million more. And there's just like this ancient relic that's been sitting on our counter that we haven't touched. And I don't know when we're going to touch it. Just thought it was worth noting that today, literally the next one is here. And it was a 3-month subscription. So that's actually the last one. But at some point we're going to have to, open that now. I don't know when. It's also a little sad because Kep's not super big into toys like Sagan was, so. But I'm sure there's something in there he'll enjoy. You'll enjoy something, won't you? Huh? Won't you? There's something in there for you. We'll figure it out. He's cute. Anyway, all right. It is late. We need to go to bed. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?